Hello hackers, welcome back to Pentest. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through building a most powerful bash script for automating reconnaissance using Hping3. Also, please check out the part 1 and part 2 video of Hping3 so that you will learn basics and then professional level techniques by using the tool Hping3. So after you watching both two videos and then come back to this part 3 video, this one can give you very high level like a real time scanning techniques, which means you're not going to use one by one command like and then wait for the result and then analyze it. It could be difficult when you are a beginner. You can use that way to practice. So once you are a professional, you are like a pro. So once you are a pro level, then you should have to build that tool by yourself. So if you don't know the coding, no problem, you can use AI chat GPT, or I will take you through here line by line so that you will learn all of this. We'll scan multiple ports, both TCP and UDP, and also will include firewall evasion techniques using fragmented packets and spoofed IP and advanced TCP flag combos. We'll explain every single line. So whether you are a beginner or advanced ethical hacker, this will help you to understand bash scripting and Hping3 at a professional level. So let's start by creating our script file. So what we can do is first, I'm going to create the file for us. Let's say you can create the directory Hping3. Nice, you can move into the Hping3 directory. Okay, there you go. Now we'll create a file. Yes, Hping3 recon.sh. So the file is created, just save it and then close it. So make sure check here if the file is created or not. Is there any content in it? There is no content, you can see here. So what we are going to do is use another term now, code OSS. This is nothing but is a Visual Studio, you can see. So if you don't know how to download this, go to code OSS documentation, Kali Linux. Okay, here you can see code OSS. So you can follow these commands to install on your Kali Linux machine, or you can use Notepad, no problem. But why I'm using the Visual Studio is to explain you in a better way so that it will highlight the code and then it can give us in a good structure to understand the scripting. Okay, let's go into the, okay, see once I open, so this is where the directory and here we are. So now let's start by creating our script file. So that we have already done. Hping3 recon.sh is a script, bash script. Now at the top of the script, you have to add this line, go with like this, and then bin bash. Why this one? This actually tells your machine that this file should be executed using the bash shell. So that's why you have to give this line. Always remember, please. Without this, it is not a good way, good practice for you. So now, since we are creating a reconnaissance, automatic reconnaissance with an Hping3, the first thing is our input validation and setup, how you can do. So it's very simple. Do not worry if you see any coding here. This is very basic. Maybe in the beginning, you might feel like this all I cannot learn. Don't worry. Even I start from the scratch. When I see code, I get scared. But it is easy because you practice it just in a day. 15 to 20 minutes is enough for you. Repeat it and understand the line by line. That's enough. At least you need to know. Or else you can use chat GPT. It can build a automatic reconnaissance tool for you. Okay, let's get started here. So we have to build the input validation and setup. So if you do the comment here, so if you don't highlight this, which means you see here, I highlight this, let's say, yeah, comment. If you use comment, which means the code, anything here, it won't execute. Okay. So you can use this one as a headline so that when you come back to check your script or code, so you know that what is the title given, what does this small piece of code do. So you learn more along with me. You can also follow this video and then input the same what I do, so you will understand it better. So what I'm typing is check input validation if target IP is provided. This is the first thing. So now let's do the coding. So if, okay, if you can do the square bracket, okay, I will explain this code for you, and then you do $1, okay, and then close. Then what we want to do, okay, echo usage, let's say $0. I will explain, do not worry. So we go with the target IP and then string close, and we have exit 1 fee. So here we are checking if the user has provided an argument, right? Sorry, if the user has provided an argument. If they didn't give a target IP, we print usage and then exit. We print usage and exit. So here $1 is the first argument which is passed, which should be the target IP address. So now you can able to understand, if you don't provide any IP address, then it will print usage and then it will exit. If you provide the IP here, which means when you input the IP, then this is the variable that can hold it and then execute it. So that's what we build here. So we are checking if target IP is provided to start the reconnaissance. So now we have to assign a target and create a timestamped output to a folder. So let me build a code so that and then I will explain it to you. So we do assign a target and create timestamp output file, output folder, sorry. Okay. So now I'm giving a target. Okay. Target is, we all know, I already told you our target is this, which holds the IP, right? So if your target is this, then timestamp, yep, timestamp, that's the MP timestamp, sorry, equal to, then we start the date, concatenate, and then plus. So here you need to mention year, okay, and then month, and then day. Along with it, you have to give the hour, tag minute, tag second. So this is our script. We just created the timestamp with the year, month, date, and then yes, along with the hour, minute, and second. Now we have to output this to a directory. Let's say the directory Recon. Then we have to give the target. So let's say target timestamp, sorry, timestamp. So now we have to create, I will explain to you what this code does. So I'm analyzing the code and then inputting it here. Okay. So here we assign the IP address to a variable called target, because the $1 is already taken input, the IP that you provided here, and then we are giving it to a variable called target. Then we generate a timestamp to label our scans, because this keeps each session well organized, so that we can create a folder to save all the output using with the make directory command. So that way every scan result is stored very cleanly. So that's what you have to do. So up to here you are clear, right? Then from here, now we will start our real coding. So we have to do a starting message to understand the script. So never miss the headline here. This can help you to read your code while you input. So you can always comment anything while you are creating a code. So let's go ahead. We'll create a starting message. Starting message. So let's say echo. And then I say, okay, then I again echo. It will just print. And then I say plus starting automated recon on, and we know the target, right? You can give the target, close. Same here again, echo again. So here output will be saved in, so that when you are input the IP, so immediately it can tell you the scan, it will be saved into this particular output file, so into this directory, tag output directory, and then close. So now again I'm going to give, sorry, so this one can help us to structurize the message for us. So this actually is very clear message to let the user know that scanning has started and where results will be saved. So we are telling whoever using this script file, the bash script file, the shell. So whenever they run this shell, so it can tell a starting message saying that the automated reconnaissance on this particular target IP is started, and also the results will be saved into this file. So we are indicating, so it will be very clear for the user what is happening. So let's jump into our core concept of building Hping3 reconnaissance. So first we'll go with the TCP port scanning with Hping3. So let's say echo, okay, and then okay. So here I'm telling scanning SSH. First we'll scan the SSH and TCP port 23. Okay. You will see the result when we run this script. Then let's give the command hping3. So TCP is the SYN scan, right? So we go with the tag S, and then we have our target, which is this, and then we give the port 22, and then I want to try to scan this for 3 times, count of 3. And then what I want to do is I want to output this. I want to output this into this directory with the file name ssh scan.txt. I hope you understand this. So let me take you through this code. So here we are already, let me give here, this is TCP port scanning. So let's say TCP port scanning with Hping3. So now you will understand it better. So here what happening is we start scanning TCP port 22, 22, which is usually SSH, secure shell. And we are using tag S to send SYN packet against the target. So this is similar to a stealth scan or off open TCP scan. And then we are telling the port to means 22, which is for SSH, and then tag 3, which means it sends 3 packets, count of 3. And now we are saving this result file into SSH scan.txt inside our output directory. Okay, now let's build the HTTP scanning. So let's say you always give the title HTTP scan with Hping3. So now let's say echo. Okay, so let's say I want to tell scanning HTTP and TCP port 80. Okay, because yeah, and then let's say we close the string, and then here we have the command again hping3 tag S, then we have the target, and then now you have to give the port. Let's say the port is 80, and then I want to give the count of 3. So where we are outputting $output the file inside, and then I put http scan.txt. Same way I want to do it for https. So you just copy this and then go here and then change this to https and put 443. Same here, 443. Always save the file. Oh, sorry. So here what we are saying is we are scanning the common web ports, which is 80 for HTTP and 443 for HTTPS, using SYN packet. So this is TCP scan, again to test if these ports are open and responding. And then we save the result into their respective folder into the respective file. So now let's build the UDP's port scan. So after this, we'll go into more advanced, so you will know how the code works. I think by this up to now, you might know what is happening. So it is very easy, do not worry, it is very, very easy. So let's build. First we'll put UDP scanning with Hping3. Okay, here echo. Okay, oh sorry, give the space. Okay, here I want to do scanning DNS. So here UDP is a port 53, and then a close, tac. So here we have to write a command hping3 and tac UDP, and then our target, same again, port 53 and count of 3, and then I output the file into output directory. So inside the directory, I'm going to create DNS scan.txt. You see how simple it is. It is going to be very easy for you, so that you no need to do the each type of scan and then put it into the file. This is going to be take time. So once you prepare your complete automation reconnaissance on Hping3, so that it can give us the results into all files, so that we can go back and then check one by one. So let's see now. We can scan the port 53 using UDP, tac UDP option. So DNS usually runs on UDP. So this checks if port 53 is open and also responding to the UDP request. So now we have very important step now. Now we are going to move forward with firewall evasion technique. So what you do is you can always put the title firewall evasion techniques. So let's write our script echo, and then you give the space and then square bracket, and then you say evasion. So let's say sending a fragmented packet. So this is our first option that we want to use to scan. So fragmented packet to HTTP port. Okay, so here let's build the syntax hping3 with synscan, and now we'll use the target as usual, and then we specify the port and count of 3. But here we serve fragmented, so we are missing something. What we have to do is use here tac frag, and then output the file, same $output class. Now it's a frag scan.txt. So what does this command do? So here the interesting part, using tac frag, we split our packet into multiple pieces, into fragments, which can sometimes bypass basic firewalls, not advanced firewalls. Advanced firewalls can definitely detect your fragmented packet. If it is basic firewalls, then packet filter that doesn't reassemble data, so that you can bypass into the network and then get the results whatever we want. So this can be used for to evade the firewalls, but it is just basic one. It doesn't do the advanced firewall evasion technique with this fragmented packet. We'll also learn how we can use more advanced evasion techniques. So let's say now we'll use the spoof. So let's say spoofing with Hping3. Spoof the target. So same code again, echo, and then you type evasion spoofing. So if you spoof the source IP, which is also one type of firewall evasion technique, so we use source IP as spoof IP, and then let's say, yep. So here let's build the command syntax hping3, same, use the syn flag, and then you go with the target, and then our port is P on 80, then you say tac A, then now you put the spoof IP and then tag C, so that we will input, which means here it will ask us to input the IP of the spoof that you want to scan with the target host. So then you can output the file into output, $output into the folder name of spoof text scan and then txt. So here what happened is, now we have written the packet is coming from different source. So what we can do is, I mentioned here spoof IP, but I have to also give a variable. So now we use the variable here, but we didn't give what is the IP we need to use. So let's build it. So we use spoof same IP equal to, then we use 8.8.8.8. You can also use any, is up to you. So what happens is, so our variables spoof IP is actually holding an IP address of this. You can also change the code, edit the code and change this IP. So the same IP it will be scanning against. You can see here it will replace here and then give us the output after the scan. So this can be used actually to evade the IP based rules. So but remember, spoofing won't give you a response back, because it will respond back to the host, the IP that you provided. So that is like a source IP, but your destination IP is your target host. But your spoof IP is not your machine IP. You are crafting a packet to send it from a different source to the target machine. So target can respond to that one, not to your machine. So this way you can also test your IP-based firewall rules. And then next we have some advanced evasion technique. We'll send an abnormal TCP packet with combination. So let's go with again advanced TCP abnormal packet. Let's say flag, abnormal flag. So here let's build same again. You build echo space. So here you go, evasion. Now let's say sending abnormal will send TCP flag with combination. So here let's start with our command. We use Hping3. Here we are using a combination of flags. Let's use a fin scan at the same time, sin scan at the same time. We can use tech p, R is for reset flag, and then p is for push flag, and then you can use u is a edge flag, and then target as usual. And after this you specify the port. So I go with the port 80. You can also choose any port which you like, but make sure HTTP is good if it is open on your target machine. And then I want to do count of 3 packets, so we'll send 3 packets and output this file into output directory. Then here I will put multi flag scan.txt. So here we also combine, this is actually really advanced. We use multiple TCP flags like fin flag, sin flag, reset flag, push flag, urgent flag. So this actually weird packet, some intrusion detection systems might get confused and let it pass. So that's why when you use the multi-flag options, so the firewall, it cannot understand. It will get struck and confused what is coming in, which one I want to understand, because you group all together and it is very weird packet and sending it to the target, and then before it reach to the target it has to go to the firewall. So the firewall is confused and it let it bypass inside, and then this actually tests how smart the firewall is. So if you want to scan any firewalls, you can use this multi-flag scan. It can help you and give you the best results for you, and it can test your firewalls after you configure, so that you can secure it and build your firewall in a best way. So let's say after this all, we can give the final summary output. Let's say we'll comment it final summary output. Let's say echo is just print for us. Echo, let me build the same one. Let's say Recon complete. So we complete our reconnaissance. Do the same, copy this. Okay, here target. Target is target, the variable, and then let's choose the results saved in. Okay, this is the main part. Results saved in. I put the directory. Very good. I think we all done. So let's give the final. Okay, there you go. Finish. Now we have cleanly built. After all scans are done, we summarize and point the user to where the files are saved. So this is how you can write a fully automated reconnaissance script using Bash and Hping3. So now you are going to scan TCP, UDP, and you will also test the firewalls with multi-evasion techniques, all in one with one click. So let's execute this script now. So you just copy this. You can go back to your file. Get it? So save. Okay, cool. So now we have, what you have to do is you have to give the execution to the file to run it, to execute it. So let's say, sorry, Hping3. Okay. Okay, now the script is ready to run. So before that, I want to run my virtual box machine. Sorry. Okay, there you go. I'm turning on my Metasploitable2 machine to scan against this. So our Metasploitable2 machine IP is 192.168.56.3. So we are going to use the same IP when we run the bash script. So we go to the file where it is. Yes, so before that we have to try to ping our host to see it is on. Okay, now we are going to run our script. So let's say tag Recon Hping3 Recon, and then immediately you give the IP address of your machine 56.3. So if you enter, you can see now, you can see here. So yes, so Hping3 reconnaissance. Okay, starting automated reconnaissance on this IP so that it will output will be saved in, you can see here, the output will be saved in Recon. Something wrong here. Okay, then after it is scanning SSH, you see it is scanned, 3 packets are received, then it goes to the next one, and then it goes to the next one, you can see, and then it's all completed, and then it gives us the ending saying that Recon complete. So now let's check, cd Recon, enter ls. You can see all of the scans, we have it here. We just open one by one. You can see the scan is here. So it's unreachable, which is port. Yeah, let's check another one, cat. Let's say I want to check SSH. Okay, you see it sent IP of our host is this, and then the flag you see here, it says send and acknowledge. I already told you to understand the flags, which means this port is open. And also you can check another, let's say spoof scan here. No results because it go back to, so I will show you how to use that one in another way. And then we can check here multi port scan, also same or SFPU. And then you can also verify the HTTP scan here. Okay, so let's see if it is open or closed. So the port is open, and you can also see HTTPS. Here the port is closed or A. So every time we use the count of 3, then it gives us the same result. Now again, I will delete the file, and then we'll rerun it again. So let's say same. First, what you do is you can give the permission plus X, so that we can make the script executable using chmod plus X. and then run it by pressing the target, by entering the, by passing the target IP, sorry. So after this you give, and then use the same hping3 recon.sh script, and then target IP address, and then enter. So it can tell the starting automation reconnaissance against this. Output file will be saved in Recon. I'm not sure if I give in here. Let me go back. Sorry. So let me go back here. Okay. So let's read the script. I'm telling the target IP. Okay. Recon. I think I might did the mistake here saying putting this. So that's clear. Okay, we run the same command again. Okay, here we can see it will be, output will be saved in Recon. It's a directory it will create. So you can see a scanning SSH TCP port, and then after we have, so you can give here is gap small so that you will understand. So it doesn't mix here. See, now it is mixed here. What you do is edit the code again, and then you can use echo so that it can add a line for every scan. Okay, that's great. Let's try again. Okay, you can see here it is scanning HTTPS TCP port, and then now it is scanning DNS. Okay, here is done, and then it is now scanning fragmented packet to HTTP port, and now it is scanning. Yes, all done. It is scanning evasion, sending abnormal TCP combination, and all of the things which is saved into the file. So you can just check cd recon, enter ls. So here cat was a SSH. Okay, cool. So this is how you can analyze. This is very a clean finish. After all scans are done, you can summarize and then go through the each text file and then analyze it. So that's how it is very easy. Use this script in your home lab or during any unauthorized, authorized penetration testings only. So never use this scan on any unauthorized target host, because this is illegal and unethical. So be very responsible. If you find this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe and comment below what tool or script you want next. This is Pentest, hacking with ethics, teaching with clarity. Thank you so much. Bye bye.